Hey guys, Nyx here, and we are back with Reverse. Sorry for ending things so abruptly yesterday. I really did just lose track of time and I couldn't go late yesterday. It's fine. Today we will pick up where we left off. We will finish that story chapter that I accidentally started. Hopefully it just starts playing it. It doesn't. Oh no. Oh no, did I mess up? Okay, I apparently messed up. Ignore what is about to be seen, because apparently I have to finish the fight before I can actually see the story. Oops. We really messed things up yesterday, because I think this might be, like, the boss fight. Since it's saying balance mode, just ignore everything that we're seeing. Oh, we're going to ignore everything. No spoilers, no spoilers. We will just kill it quickly. We will ignore whatever those fancy cards are, too. I messed up. It's fine. We'll replay it after we see the actual cutscene.
Aim and shoot.
Oh right, this is balance mode. It's gonna take a bit.
Go. Damage.
Oh great, it can actually damage us. Just keep spamming. Make sure nothing talks. Can she do things? I'm not sure.
Loading.
Party planner.
The music will speak.
So that's your idea.
Eliminate target.
Okay, we can still do stuff. I should have healed.
I said hello. I said hello.
Well, I honestly thought I would just be able to jump right back into the story. I didn't think it would force me to skip it completely after what happened yesterday. I apologize. I've never actually skipped the story before, so I didn't know that would happen. It's okay. We'll just... This is all a dream. We aren't actually seeing it. Act very surprised when we actually get to that part of the story.
The Bagua drown on the sign break never warns about its changes.
Did anybody get hurt?
Okay. This thing hurts. Do that one. Okay, we're gonna actually have to waste a turn to do that.
Your
Charging.
idea. Party planner. Did anybody get hurt?
We need to heal.
Barrage.
I
I'm
said
thinking the red thorns are preventing extra actions, because we haven't had any extra actions with Lucy and she's dead. Great. Well, we need to replay this anyway. It's fine. Okay, do this, do that, do this.
The story begins with a battle dog who did this first. And a dog at last.
Pardon me.
This means we'll have to skip whatever cutscene plays at the end of this too, because we do not know what's going on for spoiler reasons. I really wish I had noticed the time yesterday. Then we would actually know what's happening. Nope. Oh, wait, is the goat? The goat was Jay. Wait, what?
The curtain.
Because it was Jay coughing. Wait, what? Skip. Spoilers. I want to know what's going on. We can replay that one. I don't know what's going on. Shut up, game. Shut up, game. Okay. Okay, from my mistake yesterday, let's, figure out what just happened. Why doesn't it let you replay the cutscene if you skip it?
I'll solve any problem for you, Master. Would you like me to break your creditor's neck? Or seduce a politician? I will obey your every command. As long as...
She lowers her head again, clenching her hands tightly.
As long as you allow me to have a little bit of fresh.
She appears calm, yet frail and needy. The believer approaches her slowly. As she sees him, a look of joy comes over her face. How is he still, like, intact? He like, Uzumaki'd himself into a spiral in the last chapter.
Oh, I see. I've done countless jobs like this. But could you be more specific? Who are them?
Before the burly believer can speak, a sudden elbow knocks him to the ground, kicking up a swirl of dust.
You alright, lady?
He reaches out, but is met with a frustrated sound of rejection. She lifts her chin, gazing up sharply at the newcomer.
What do you think you're doing? Our conversation was finally getting somewhere.
The voice pierces her ears, his words putting in a weighted stamp on their contract.
As you wish, Master.
She lifts her hands in a passionless, machine-like motion.
What?
The Bowie knife slides against her crimson spike, producing a shrieking clamor. His blade shatters in an instant, pieces splintering and slicing across his cheek. Okay, so the fancy knife did absolutely nothing. His work reduced to nothing in an effortless moment.
I thought one blow would do it. There's no need to struggle. I am a merciful hunter. When I penetrate your skull with this needle, you'll die quickly. You'll hardly suffer. Or would you rather I use a more ancient method? I could extract your spine and store it in a jar of formalin.
No need for that. In the distance, the roaring of another motorcycle covers their voices. Oh, hey, Jason. I am currently trying to undo mistakes from last night.
She insisted on coming. She wouldn't take no for an answer.
Of course! This is Matilda's order. What are you still doing here? We have captured all the peddlers and believers in the lair. Everyone's waiting for you. Did you catch the apostle? He's crucial to our investigation. Ubra Umbo!
Okay.
Phew. You freaked me out, Frenchie. For a second there, I thought I'd have to rush you to the hospital.
Well, does that mean he took the hit?
My arcane skill exam scores are second to none. Of course I can deal with such a simple trick.
Yet Jay blocks her eager attempt.
No. Matilda, Hollick, I need you to go and get all the arcanists who can still fight.
He leans forward, his gaze shifting from the peculiar girl. She looks out warily at the crowd growing in front of her.
I'm just trying to carry out my master's order. Don't waste my time.
A hand grabs her wrist. I can talk.
Kill them.
Well, are they at least good chocolate and not like the really crappy chocolate that you get around holidays? Because that's always a disappointment when you end up with that. And usually it's the crappy chocolate in advent calendars. Hopefully, due to your price tag, you actually got some decent ones mixed in there. But I remember advent calendars, while having chocolate, they were always really, really bad chocolate that barely tasted like chocolate. It was just some sort of sweet thing that wanted to be chocolate, but really wasn't. Thick swirling smoke rises from the familiar incense burner. Red mist sprawls out around it.
Oh, this will be useful. Thank you for your help. Now then.
The smell! It's the mandrake incense Miss Mercuria used! With this density, we'll be unconscious within a minute!
She raises her hand to her face, trying to cover her nose.
Cover your mouth and nose! Try and stay awake!
However, Jay makes no effort to shield himself. His abdomen is painted crimson red, and his every movement is fraught with intense pain.
Jay, are you okay?
I'm fine. It's nothing. Good thing is the pain's kept me awake, and I can still move my arms.
In little time, the mist has enveloped the entire forest. Hmm? Oh no, it's auto-playing,
Looks like
dang
an
it.
exciting show.
I hate it when this game decides to autoplay when I don't have auto enabled. I missed all of that. Dang it. Well, if you like truffles, good for you. Whatever works. I prefer just plain chocolate. I don't like stuff contaminating my chocolate. I just want chocolate. The darker the chocolate, the better. Don't give me any of that white crap. I do not like the fake lies. Because white chocolate isn't technically chocolate. Give me dark chocolate or nothing. The only time I like something in my chocolate is if it's like a mint thing. Otherwise, I just want the normal chocolate.
Enjoy it, miss.
Let's see, the mysterious girl leaps through the mist unnoticed like a jungle cat.
Merde! The incense is invading our consciousness! That woman, she's disappeared! Prepare your weapons, boys! Wait, Jay, what's wrong with your knife?
He discards the remaining fragments of his Bowie knife.
Fine. I'll use what I have.
He kneels.
Ugh. This sucks, Dad. My forging's not even close to your level.
He removes the shaft he's long kept strapped to his back and places it on the ground. He inhales deeply as he closes his eyes.
In that moment, your father was, well, his arms were charred. There was nothing we could do. He was dying, but he wouldn't let the sword go. What I didn't know was that it wasn't he who was holding onto the sword, but the sword that was holding onto him.
Oh.
The next day, the sword was gone, and I saw you holding it in your arms, fast asleep in your bed. Stay away from it, kid. You may not have chosen it, but it has chosen you.
Okay. So, cursed sword dude.
Sorry, Mr. Tang.
At last, he opens his eyes. Layer by layer, like bandages being slowly unwrapped from a wound, the blade is revealed. It shines like a crystal in the glimmering moonlight.
Long time no see, buddy.
Okay.
Holic!
Blood is flowing steadily from him now, soaking his waist. I almost said wallet. What the heck? The two battered figures stand around helplessly. Meanwhile, stubborn Holic lies prone, gripping her tightly.
Let go. Just stay where you are. Hide yourself.
The red mist has nearly drained the last of Jay's strength. The branch pierces his calf, pinning him to the ground.
Just listen to him, will you? This is starting to become bothersome.
She crouches down, looking at the fat man at her feet. Despite his mangled shoulder, he throws his full weight into her to keep hold of her foot.
No! 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 I have to do this. Jay. Tell Beckett that I didn't run away or cause any trouble this time. I'm more useful than he thinks. Right, boss? He'll never make fun of me again.
Exhausted in his last bit of strength, Holic throws the object he is holding into the air. A sickeningly sweet taste fills Holic's throat.
Damn it. Damn it.
A sharp spike has pierced through his throat, and his oil-stained hands fall limp. Oh no.
Fire.
A new idea flashes through his mind. He grabs a sword and brings it down with force. The blade punctures the canister and immediately flames erupt around it. The canister has burst open, spewing licks of flame everywhere. In the dry woods, the fire quickly spreads into an inferno. The blazing fire scours over the trees and underbrush. The red mist mingles with the dark gray smoke, forming a deep haze.
Holic. It's the only way. Someone's gotta see the smoke.
Okay, so I'm assuming that was the before and after the fight scene. Just because Jay went from, like, not being bloody to suddenly being very bloody. Okay, so we fight the weird goat thing, and then we move on, I guess. It did say to be continued, so I assume that was the end of both scenes. Hopefully. Hopefully we have rectified my mistake from last night.
Enough, Jay! I really don't give a crap about what you learned on the streets. I don't want to hear it. I'd rather take my chances and die out there than stay here and never live at all.
Jay kicks the door hard, smashing a hole straight through it.
You really think you're gonna build connections with the government? Rub shoulders with the upper class? You think they'll take you seriously?
Maybe what I'll do in the VOD, I will make like a little warning about my mistake and like cut it together where the fight is actually happening where it's supposed to be happening. Granted, we don't have any of the dialogue from the fight because I skipped over it because of spoilers. Maybe we should go back and redo that fight. It's fine.
You're no different from any of the cannon fodder at the bottom of their system. You're gonna be fighting a battle even tougher than the one on Hate Street.
He stomps forward with a domineering presence, playing every bit the role of a stern father.
Why do you think I kept those government suck-ups from finding you in the first place? Listen, it doesn't matter where you go as long as it's not the St. Pavlov Foundation. You could go to college, join a company, a hospital. You'd have a better life than anyone else.
She closes the suitcase and looks up at him with a smile of genuine warmth.
A better life than anyone else, huh? Listen to yourself. That's ridiculous. You finally said what you really think, didn't you, Jay? Our righteous boss and kind-hearted neighbor. But you know what? I'm not interested in comparing myself to anyone else. I actually want to do something meaningful with my life. Something beyond you. Beyond myself. Beyond the whole of Hate Street.
And there is nothing you can do that is going to stop me from pursuing my dream.
He sneers.
But who's gonna help you when you're in danger? Those idiots in white robes? How can you entrust your life to the Foundation and not your family or friends? And all because of some dream you're not even sure you can realize? You know, one day, you'll come crawling home and cry about how the world is nothing like you imagined. And I'll just laugh and say I told you so.
Nice big brother here. She looks at him coldly.
Fine. Then laugh, Jay. Some people are willing to deal with pain, even willing to sacrifice themselves if they have to. If I die out there, it'll be because I chose to. If that's the price I'll pay to protect everyone, then so be it.
His mocking expression falls away. He leans up against the wall and lets out a long, deep sigh.
What happened, sis? Since when did we walk such different paths?
Ever since you beat up that voodooist, who tricked me and laughed because I was a human. That's when. You beat him to a pulp, Joe. You forced him to beg on the street. Everyone here is stuck in a vicious cycle. One person tortures another, then he tortures someone else, and so on and so on.
Pain.
Well, I think I found a way to break the cycle. And I'm going to try it even if I make mistakes. I know you think you can stop anything. Bar fights, arguments.
Oops, I bumped through. I'm still out of it, it's fine. She pushes open the door.
Bike's broken.
I'll take the Greyhound.
They're not running today.
Then I'll walk. I'll walk until I get there.
So that's the last time he saw her. Matilda stands in front of him, resolute and unshakable. The taste of blood and vomit mingles in his mouth, trickling out from behind his teeth. Throbbing agony sears through him from each movement.
All right, Blondie. Ready for a formal embath?
She realizes in a moment of terror that she is completely unarmed.
As an investigator of the St. Pavlo Foundation, I, Matilda Buanish, have a duty to protect the people, even at the cost of my life!
Her voice wavers and her legs buckle, barely holding. This is the responsibility of the SPDM has taught her.
Tell me, Matilda, when you confront the menace, are you certain that you have the courage to come face to face with death? Are you sure you're ready to serve as a field investigator?
I will do everything I can to protect everyone. With honor and dignity, I will make the Buanish family proud.
Jay's eyelids feel chained down, dragging his consciousness downward with them. In his periphery, a jagged snake tail writhes and twists in the air. A slender figure stands before him. It's as if he sees the blue ribbon fluttering past his eyes again. He lets out the final deep cry.
Run, you idiot. I don't need you to protect me. I don't need your sacrifice. I don't care about your duty or whatever the Foundation says. I don't fucking care. You don't get it, do you? If you die like Hollick back there, everything you have, everything you've been through, will be gone for good. Tell your boss that I got in trouble because I didn't follow the confidentiality agreement. Tell her I deserved it. And tell her that stupid big guy over there picked the wrong side and got himself killed. You've done your job. No one can blame you.
No, I decline your offer. I will stand and fight until the reinforcements arrive.
Her hand steadies and tightens into a fist. So did she, like, lose her wand or something?
Forget about us.
I guess she doesn't really have a wand. She has a crystal ball.
Some people are willing to deal with pain, even willing to sacrifice themselves if they have to. If I die out there, it'll be because I chose to. If that's the price I'll pay to protect everyone, then so be it.
I wish you could have lived a different life. I wish you'd been born into a happy family. That you'd had your own room with a huge bed and lived in a beautiful, fancy house. I wish you'd been a rich girl. I wish you'd been cherished by your parents and that everyone had been proud of you. I wish you'd never known about the poverty, disease, and war in the real world. I wish you could have slept in a room without a broken window, with a fireplace that kept you warm at night. I wish you didn't have to live in that rundown room I set up for you. I wish you could have worn new clothes that no one laughed at.
Pain.
I wish you could have been surrounded by kind and loyal friends. I wish we'd never met.
Oh no.
There they are!
Okay, I think the reinforcements might have shown up? Question mark? Why is it with all of these events recently, they introduce new characters just to, like, kill them off? I can't get attached to anyone. Maybe that's why I don't have, like, a true favorite character in the story, because everyone is, like, just seconds away from being axed off, and I have no reason to attach myself to any of them.
But I promised myself that once we could talk as equals, I would persuade you to accept my decision.
Like how it says anonymous writer when clearly it's not anonymous.
Sure is dusty in here. I gotta clean up.
Dust on the ground shimmers in the sunlight.
I thought I would have the courage to confront you then. I thought I could tell you how foolish and selfish you were. I thought I could make you proud of me by going to places you've never been and seeing what you've never seen. But now, when faced with a mission that could put my life at risk, I realized that I'm not as brave as I thought. My hands are trembling. My body wants to run. I don't want to lose everything I have. I don't want to die nameless. Especially now that I'm so close to the life I've always wanted.
When did you get this hole? Oh. Sorry, buddy.
You forgot that he kicked it?
I shouldn't have kicked you.
I keep thinking about what I told you that day. About how some people would sacrifice themselves if they had to. I remembered the scared look on your face when you heard that. I was so proud of myself at the time. I thought, finally, I managed to scare him. But now I wish I could go back and stop myself. I know that scaring you is nothing to be proud of. I only did it because I knew I was the only one in the world who could hurt you.
Pain.
Now that I've established myself, I can talk to you as an equal. But I found myself doubting my decision. When my colleague knocked on my door, urging me to prepare for our field mission, and he called out my name. Paulina. Paulina! How I wished he were you. How I wished for you to open that door and protect me. But that thought only lasted for a moment. Then I understood where my fear came from, and why you were so scared when I talked about sacrifice. I realized that even though countless people are suffering out there, even though my colleagues have sacrificed their lives, even though more and more children have become homeless, I'm not as brave as I want to be.
Well, he's trying to fix the door.
Whew. All fixed. Finally. You're looking much better now, buddy.
The old hole in the door has been patched with wooden planks.
Mr. J, are you really selling the restaurant?
Don't worry about it. A new, even better guy will take over.
But I also understand that someone has to step forward and stop this tragedy. Otherwise, our world will fall apart, leaving nothing but sadness and pain. A single drop of water can't form an ocean. A single piece of tile can't build a roof, nor can a single person put an end to a war. For a long time, humans and arcanists have been on opposite ends of the spectrum. Faced with this catastrophic event, we may all perish unless we stick together. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm just a blip on the radar. Yes, I'm just a weak, cowardly human.
Question.
But I'm also a member of the St. Pavlov Foundation.
Aren't field missions only carried out by Arcanists? Why was she sent on a field mission? Because I think, I could be wrong, I might be misremembering, considering how spread out all of the chapters have been over the course of the last year. I think people have only talked about Arcanists going on field missions, and not the humans. The humans were like the researchers, and sort of like the heading officials or whatever. I probably just missed something.
I can finally, truly say those words with conviction. Some people are willing to deal with pain, even willing to sacrifice themselves if they have to.
This is a good spot.
Piece by piece, we'll build a shelter. And one day, the rain will stop. We can't save those we've lost, but I believe that one day, we'll reach a new era.
Someone waves from outside the door.
We should go, Jay.
He takes down the photo, folds the letter, and smooths it out. Then he slips both into his chest pocket, and just as she had once, he pushes the door open to leave. I am confused? Was that like a flashback with Jay, or alternate timeline? Well, I'm guessing he's in... Oh, it was a dream. Because that's like the... Somnianism, or however you pronounce it, isn't it? Yeah. He somehow lived being impaled with his sword.
Boss, what's in it for you to join the Foundation? You know they're all liars. Those holier-than-thou officials never tell us what's really going on. Besides, if Legers has taken over the restaurant?
He clutches at Jay's clothes, unwilling to let
Hey,
go.
watch your mouth, kid. Your boss would have been hacked to pieces if it weren't for us.
Jay bends down and places his hands on the boy's shoulders.
Wipe your nose, kid. Legers will be a good boss. Promise. He'll clean up the mess on Haight Street, and after that, the poorhouse staff will get you into school. And Hollick's bike. It's yours now.
Everyone falls quiet.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Me? I'm gonna jump into the sea. And try to swim.
What do you mean, boss? I thought you didn't know how to swim.
An all too familiar face emerges on the bed beside them.
Shut up, you noisy bastards. I'm trying to sleep here.
You shut up! No one can cause a friggin' earthquake.
The two men with their heads bandaged bump foreheads. The bouquet sent by Legers is knocked to the ground. Look, I said his name right.
Shut up! Make any more noise and I swear I'll anesthetize you so you sleep for the entire month.
They sheepishly retreat under their covers. Jay extends his hand towards another Foundation staff member.
I owe you one, Razor.
No, you owe Meish one. If she hadn't led us to the door, we wouldn't have been able to stop that girl in time.
Okay, we are gonna get an explanation for what happened, maybe?
As it turns out, Mercuria foresaw the whole thing and took action before anyone realized what was going on. She always does this. Once she's fixed on a goal, she never considers her own safety. But despite her courage, she's still a living person who can get hurt. Please, promise me you'll bring her back.
It's a shame we couldn't arrest that girl. If only we'd had a little more time to prepare.
You're up, man. You saved my life, didn't you? I'll get you pretty far on Haight Street. By the way, where's Matilda? She's supposed to take me to the Foundation today.
He hesitates over his response.
She's been summoned to report on the operation. I guess. It's gonna be rough. There were a lot of civilians involved, and she didn't follow her commands. She might even have her position revoked.
What? But we wouldn't have gotten anywhere without her.
A pair of hands come up again to stop him.
Jay, that's how things work over there. If you're really planning on joining them, you'll have to learn to follow their rules.
This is true.
Where's she now?
We're not authorized to request that information.
Okay.
What's wrong with my nose? This isn't even allergy season yet.
Allergy season happens every time there is living plants outside my window. The only time there is no allergies is when it's covered in snow.
Miss Bowenish, are you alright?
I think she's sick. She stands up, I can read. She stands before her temporary supervisor, preparing herself for a debrief.
Oh, I'm fine. Please, continue.
I read your report last night. I must say that your judgment has given us some very important information. According to your report, the missing assets are in the possession of Eternity, aside from the most important one, which is now in the hands of Manus Vindicte. Luckily, the man in control of the girl is one of their insignificant believers. For the time being, there's a limit to what he can do with her. This, at least, is good news. You've caused quite a stir among senior management, Miss Bowenish. It seems you're starting to make a name for yourself.
Don't make her head any bigger than it already is, please. She's insufferable as it is.
Thank you, Monsieur Bernard. By the way, I would like to apply to leave the Foundation destination during my vacation. I want to visit my mother in her safety house. That merchant, Eternity, and the peddlers in that lair mentioned her name several times. I deem it necessary to confirm her safety.
No problem. Give me the application form. I'll arrange it for you.
Oh, thank you.
She takes an excited step forward. His tone dampens the girl's excitement.
Someone told me to give this to you. He said you left it in San Francisco.
That's odd. I don't remember leaving anything.
Bernard opens the drawer and places the item into her hand.
He said that it's proof of your promotion.
So, what you're saying is that you're not going to turn me back into a toy? Does that mean I can go hunting by myself? And I can choose my own prey?
Oh no. Oh no. There's no sense in his words, and as such, no clarity to her purpose.
No, I mean...
But she realizes something.
Could you sit down for a moment? Don't worry. All you have to do is say yes or no.
I mean, technically this thing can't really formulate ideas or thoughts. It's just a monster, so the apostle putting the monster in charge of a monster with more intelligence is a little silly. Granted, he probably didn't he didn't really know what the toy was. The Brutus believer swings his hammer wildly. He runs from one side of the forest to the other, racing east and west with manic energy.
Okay, I get it. I know what you need. This is great.
Her eyes brighten with clarity. She doesn't need a sensible response. In fact, she doesn't want one. There is a crack in the window, a path to freedom through this madness.
I'll kill whoever you want, as you wish. Let's decide on our next destination first, shall we? I see.
Do you? She nods eagerly, responding earnestly to his meaningless roars. She knows that this is the chance for a new beginning.
Then, let's go where you want to go.
She picks up a long curved branch, using it as makeshift reins to guide the believer to his desired destination. From time to time, she glances back, trying to spot the toy on him. Yeah, she gets the toy and she's probably free. It's like a genie in the bottle situation, I assume. Okay, the more dangerous it is, the more praises it brings. Relying on the help of Miss Maish, I forget how they pronounced her name, a citizen of the New Age market, the sport team successfully entered the underground market. During the investigation, smoke from a fire suddenly rose from a forest 1.3 miles away from there. At the site, we found an injured Foundation investigator, Matilda, a critically injured adult male arcanist, Joe, a male human corpse, Harvey, and a female enemy suspected of belonging to Manus Vindictae, identity unknown. This woman's mystical abilities far exceeded our expectations. The spells she used were extremely dangerous and difficult to understand. We were engaged in an unprecedentedly fierce battle. Fortunately, we can confirm that the battle with Matilda, Joe, and their group had significantly drained her energy. Otherwise, we might have faced a deadly confrontation. And the second round of attention, her Oh, after a second round of attrition, her arcane skills weakened, and with the help of the people summoned by Joe, we gained an initial advantage. We plan to carry out a feasible capture plan to extract the important information about Manus Vindictae. However, Manus Vindictae retreated much faster than usual, leaving behind a few mindless followers who hindered our plan. Additionally, due to the fog and some unknown rare incantations, the tracking arcane skills we had prepared in advance were rendered inefficient at the site. Razor. Okay. A figure stands before the ruins. Oh, he's back! He is silent as a gravestone, keeping all else at bay. Footsteps echo up from behind.
Mr. Forget-Me-Not, there you are. The Guiding One said she didn't want you to come back to this manor.
The figure remains silent.
The St. Pavlov Foundation has destroyed another hidden outpost in San Francisco.
Don't you want to go there yourself? Let those white robes seep blood?
In the distance, the figure turns slowly. There is no trace of longing in his eyes, only emptiness, a dark abyss that swallows up the sky.
Can you see it? It was once a deserted land.
What?
Then countless arcanists, thousands of generations of them, sacrificed their blood and bones to build the tunnel. When it was complete, they were ecstatic. They kissed the earth in their jubilation. Yet in the end, they found nothing.
She notices the old yellow book in his hand. But the title is no longer discernible.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He turns his attention to something new. The trembling figure of the girl.
Never mind. I know what you're going to say. The preacher has ordered us to return. She has received a new oracle.
In the distance, the girl nods dumbstruck.
Let's go.
They are leaving the quiet place. He stops again, returning his eyes to the ruins. For the last time. Okay.
Oh, come on, baby, move. We're in the middle of nowhere. The towing fee will cost an arm and a leg. Ah, damn it. My baby's gonna be stuck here forever. And all for a bit of cash.
Poor dude. The tires sink into the mud, spinning helplessly. The man slumps back in his seat, completely indifferent to the anxious passenger in the back. She does not look anxious, she looks ticked off.
The map says it's still a fair distance from the safety house. Looks like the great Matilda must count on herself once again.
Hey! Wait, miss! You haven't paid me!
This poor driver. He climbs halfway out the window to reach out to her.
20. And here's a tip too. I hope it can make up for your loss. At least to some extent. A distinguished and generous passenger such as me must be a rarity. I will walk the rest of the way. If you stay here and wait for me, I will show you my generosity again when I return.
Sure, miss.
He licks his fingers as he counts the bills, momentarily forgetting his worries. Matilda retrieves her suitcase, swaying with its weight as she departs. Following the narrow path in the forest, her silhouette vanishes beneath the dark branches. Naturally, the driver remains entirely unaware of the incantation she had cast on the engine.
L'emplacement de la maison de sécurité est classifié. Je dois être très prudente. Vestigium vanish.
Okay.
D'accord. Maintenant, je ne laisserai aucune empreinte derrière moi. Ah, si seulement j'avais un assistant avec moi. Alors je n'aurais pas à porter cette valise toute seule. Ce serait encore mieux si c'était Sonnette. Maman serait contente de la rencontrer.
She mutters to herself as she steps forward, leaving a trail of deep footprints. So much for her hiding her footprints.
Je ne sens pas du tout l'incantation de maman. Je suppose que cela a du sens. Le personnel de la place a juré que cet endroit était si caché qu'aucun Glaucus ne pourrait le trouver. J'espère qu'elle va bien.
Was the safety the safe house the ruins? No? A house appears before her. To her eyes, it seems to glow with hope.
Le voilà! Je le savais! Ces stupides adeptes de Manus ne pourraient jamais la trouver. C'est l'une des meilleures devineresses et guérisseuses de cristaux au monde. Elle a dû prévoir toutes les circonstances possibles et s'y préparer.
I have a sinking suspicion that this is gonna go bad. The light shining over the mountainside chases away the darkness, carrying her worries away with it.
Mais elle sera certainement surprise en voyant que ce visiteur est sa propre fille exceptionnelle. Ça fait si longtemps. La cantine du SPDM ne connaît rien à la cuisine française. J'ai hâte de manger à nouveau les plats de maman. Le plus important, c'est que je dois demander à maman de choisir un nouvel orbiculaire pour moi. Même le meilleur artisan de cristal ne pourrait rien faire pour réparer les fissures dans le mien.
In the distance, a light from the window or wooden cabin flickers. The door has been left slightly ajar as if anticipating the arrival of a visitor.
Madame Boigny, je venais voir qui est là.
She pushes the door open gently. The fact that the screen is black, something went wrong. The silence dominates the space. Something's wrong. The wind roams in behind her recklessly, tearing at the curtains. Dozens, even hundreds of crystal spheres scatter to the floor like pearls from a broken necklace. They fill the room, each one marred by a web of cracks. If it says the end, oh great. Well, I guess we'll figure out what happens next time. Oh? Two old friends are standing by the wall, reminiscing about the old days at the restaurant. As they talk and eat, you might as well eavesdrop for your own amusement. I could live off burritos forever. I love the city, San Francisco. You hardly ever come back to San Francisco, and when you do, the first priority is to get your hands on a burrito. Didn't you mention that Jay's shop has changed owners? What was the name again? Lyle Leslie? Leger's Hate Street has seen some rapid changes lately. Who cares? As long as the taste hasn't changed, that's all that matters. Remember the wall in the back alley? Is it still there? Yes, it's still standing, but our graffiti from back then is probably covered up by now. The younger generation has probably left their own masterpieces on it. Let's go check it out. If the art sucks, I'll clean them right off. So what do you think? The artwork of the younger crowd on Hate Street? Not bad at all, but the colors have faded. Hand me a spray can, I'll spruce it up. Okay. Every can of spray paint is here, but how do we know what their original colors were? When it comes to graffiti, the colors are chosen based on the artist's mood. Feeling angry, grab bright red. Feeling happy, use vibrant yellow. Once you learn the backstory of the artist behind the graffiti, you can make accurate guesses about the chosen colors 9 times out of 10. So you want me to share their stories with you. You always know how to get others to do your work. I went around and collected all the details and gossip about these pieces. Are you really going to go through with this? Don't worry, my hands aren't shaking from old age just yet. Watch closely. Who in their right mind would spray their self-portrait on the wall? It's a miracle it hasn't been vandalized yet. Come on, let's fix it and see how long it stays untouched. Okay. We actually get to... Come on. Oh, there it goes. We actually get to spray it. Mission accomplished. This is so much more fun than community service. I'd rather spend an afternoon spray painting these walls than an hour tearing down hats. Who knows, maybe a few years from now there will be new works of art adorning these walls. I hope you'll still be around to see them. And I hope you still have all your teeth by then. So we can enjoy biting into these spicy rings together. Okay, so we... Oh, start. Come in. There it goes. Do 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 do. Okay, is this Sputnik? No, it's Mercuria. Okay. Unlock. Okay, then it's just a bunch of trails. I might do those in my own time. The main story is done though. So, in that case, I'm going to stop and restart the stream and we are going to hopefully finish Stone Escape 4. Just give me a minute because swapping the games will break OBS and I'll need to restart it anyway, so just give me a couple minutes.